So Dr. Kate Williams is here. Very good morning to you. What has been the particular highlight for you of the Jubilee tour?
I think it's been an incredible celebration, and the tour around the country, I think it's so crucial. It's always been so important to the Queen that the whole country's seen her, and she's always been an avid tourer ever since she came onto the throne. In fact, she's our most travelled monarch. I mean, obviously it's easier for monarchs to travel now than it was in the medieval times, but she's a great traveller, and it's been marvellous to see the celebrations of her. It was marvellous in Scotland, I thought. I loved this Thanksgiving ceremony in Scotland. Of course, the big historic moment was in Northern Ireland when, you know, in 1977, she was surrounded by armed guards. You know, she stayed off the island. Now she was travelling around in an open car, and she was shaking hands with Martin McGuinness. A big movement forwards, a big moment, and I think really cementing all the hard work that's been done in moving forwards towards peace in Northern Ireland. That was a great moment, and I really loved her focus on the young, particularly in Leicester. She saw a fashion show at the university, focus on the young, focus on the students, because throughout her reign, I think when people look back on this Elizabethan reign, the second Elizabethan era, I think they're going to say a lot about how we have the innovations in creativity and art and fashion, and perhaps we've lost a lot of power in terms of political terms. You know, if her father saw himself as the King of Empire, she's the Queen of Commonwealth. We've lost that kind of power, but we have become very innovatory, very creative. I mean, just look at the Olympic Park and those fabulous, fabulous buildings, and I think that's what they'll look back on Britain as becoming incredibly, really leading in terms of creativity and artistic expression.
And in terms of kind of style and tone of how the planning of this event, what was it they were seeking to do, and how has it been different from other sort of meet and greets the royals have done over the years?
Yes, you're right, Charlie. I mean, you know, the royals do meet and greets all the time. There are often flags out there waving. What I think was really important about this one, it was celebrating Britain, and it was celebrating British history. To think that the Queen was born in 1926, she lived through the Second World War, she came onto the throne in 1952, and the difference in Britain now and 1952, when the majority of us worked in manual labour, very few of us had been abroad, we didn't really import many overseas goods, complete difference to now. And so celebrating that wide span of history. When she came to the throne, of course, Winston Churchill was her Prime Minister.
Yeah, and we've got this fabulous photograph this morning, Daily Express, one of the papers, printing it today, with the Queen yesterday having lunch at Downing Street with 4 of her 5 surviving Prime Ministers. Of course, Baroness Thatcher wasn't able to be there, but it's just, you know, those 4, just a small proportion of the number of Prime Ministers that she has been talking to over the years.
This is it, Susanna. She's seen it all. As I say, she started with Winston Churchill, who burst into tears when he heard she was Queen, because he just thought she was a child and had no idea what to do, because, you know, she was all of in her 20s. And eventually he was won over, and he thought no film star could have done her role better. And I think one of her great strengths as Queen has been we've seen all these Prime Ministers, all these vicissitudes, these changes in Britain, and we have not a single idea about what she thinks about them. We don't know what she thinks about these Prime Ministers, about the laws they've put through, and she has been incredibly politically neutral, and she's an exemplar of political neutrality, which is something very hard to keep up in these politicised times.
You're right, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.